My son bounded into the kitchen, his backpack slung over one shoulder, a bright smile lighting his face.
Dad.
Thanks for packing lunch today. His voice carried a carefree joy that made my chest tighten. I froze mid-wash, soap slipping through my fingers. Buddy, I didn't pack your lunch, I said slowly. He frowned, holding up a neatly wrapped sandwich in foil. My handwriting sprawled across the note tucked under the bread. My name, unmistakable, stared back at me. I wiped my hands and gingerly took the foil, peeling it open. Inside, a plain ham sandwich. Beneath it, a folded scrap of paper. My pulse stuttered. The note was worn, edges creased like someone had gripped it too tightly for far too long. You shouldn't have left her. The room shrank. My son chattered on about the lunch swap at school, but his words were a blur. My ears rang. My throat went dry. Her handwriting. My ex-wife's. The woman I had mourned for 5 long years. I shook my head. It had to be a mistake, some cruel joke. But no one else knew the exact phrasing. The tilt of the letters, the little flourish at the end of every R. It was hers. The foil, the diagonal cut of the sandwich, even the scent, everything matched the lunches she used to make. I spent the night reliving the past. Every argument, every silence, every bitter goodbye before the accident. She had died in a crash, one I'd always thought was just a tragic twist of fate. But a fragment of memory returned. She had been meeting someone. A man I had never discovered until now, maybe. I kept my calm for my son's sake, but inside, I was unraveling, piece by piece. I checked the porch security camera. A figure had dropped the lunch off that morning. Slender hand, pale skin, but the face was hidden. My mind filled with images of her, of the way sleep had once deserted her, leaving shadows under her eyes. I sent the note for handwriting analysis, framing it as an anonymous discovery. The report came back. An exact match. Impossible, yet undeniable. I visited her grave. It was pristine, untouched, except for fresh flowers that weren't from me. Digging through old messages, I found a voicemail I had never played in full. Her voice, a whisper from the past. If something happens, you'll know why. When I'm ready, I'll come for him. Don't stop me. My blood ran ice cold. She said not me. Then came the DNA test. The sandwich wrapper held a female's DNA, not hers, not mine, but related to her. A sister? I never knew she had one. She had claimed to be an only child. Tracking her down, I found a woman 20 minutes away, living quietly in a small house with curtains drawn. She had her face, but colder eyes. I didn't knock. I just watched through the window. She was making sandwiches, folding the foil just like my wife had. When she saw me, a slow smile spread across her face, as if she had waited decades for this moment. I promised her I'd look after him, she said, the knife still in her hand. I slid the note from the sandwich across the table. Her smile faltered. You left her, she whispered. So, I came back for her son. I remained still, calm. From my pocket, I placed a small black device on the table. A red light blinked. Everything had been recorded. Her eyes widened. I didn't come for her, I said softly. I came for you. The confession hit her. The room sank into silence, heavy and oppressive. Outside, distant sirens wavered. She trembled, words caught in her throat, panic rising not in screams, but in that quiet terror that dies behind the eyes. That night, my son slept peacefully beside me. I stared at the foil still on the counter, light fracturing across its surface. I thought of her, of the woman who once said, "Love is like handwriting. Once learned, it never leaves your hands." She had been right. But sometimes the hand that continues writing after death reminds you of how wrong it was to trust the page in the first place. I folded the note carefully, wrapped it in nothing but silence, and let it go. Then I switched off the kitchen light. For the first time in 5 years, I didn't look back.